going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome back to Fortnite. Now, I know it's been a long time since I've done Fortnite, but with the advent of Season 6 being out for a long time, actually, and the new Halloween update, I thought I'd come back and do a quick little talk-over type thing. Now, before I continue on with everything, with the point of the video, yes, Fortnite is back. But no, it is not going to be taking over the channel like it did a while back. Therefore, you don't have to worry about me being a total sellout to Fortnite. I have videos planned with a few friends to show off some Fortnite gameplay and stuff. And I do intend to make videos on Fortnite again. But it's not going to be the whole shebang like it used to be. That being said, I've played the absolute crap out of this game recently. It's honestly a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed it. And it feels good to be back making a video talking about it. And I know, once again, I've taken a 2-week hiatus. Sorry about that. Anyway, on to the Halloween stuff. So, today, well, for the last couple days, if you've been following Fortnite on Snapchat, or not Snapchat, Instagram, or on any forms of social media, like Twitter, Instagram, and then if you've been loading up the game, on the news button, it's been given hints and like little poems for the last few days about something called FORTNITEMARES, which is obviously related to Halloween, considering it's October and we're about 9-ish days away from Halloween. And for the last few weeks, they've been pumping out Halloween-related skins, such as the Plague Doctor, some vampire dude, that pumpkin head skin for the Reaper from Overwatch, just slightly different, to kind of get everyone in the spirit of Halloween. And of course, the Battle Pass skins, at least 2 of them are Halloween related. But today there was a new animated short released, along with the first ever new-ish skin. This is a new skin. It's a new skin, but it has a different type of effect that has not been seen in previous skins. You know, first we had just regular skins. Then we had the first legendary being the Black Knight back in Season 2. And then in Season 4, and then Season 3 introduced customizable back bling for you can mix match skins. And Season 4 introduced the progressive skins, which were perfected again in Season 5 and are being used again in Season 6. And I'm pretty sure it's always going to be used like that. With progressives, you know how that works, guys, I'm pretty sure, where, you level up your character as you play. But Deadfire introduces a new type of, not really gameplay, but more of a different type of cosmetic. As you play through a round of Fortnite, this skin, Deadshot, who looks awfully a lot like McCree from Overwatch, will gain this glowy effect, as well as the pickaxe that goes with him. This is called, I believe, they're called reactive skins, which means that as time progresses in the game, the skin changes, or as the game calls it, transforming, which, I don't really consider it transforming all that much, except for skin color changes and you're on fire, sort of. But it's still a really cool effect. And the back bling changes, the pickaxe changes, it looks really cool. As it starts off, as just a generic looking cowboy skin, but as you play through the game, through a match, and do damage to things, and just simply survive long enough, the skin will start to change. So by the end of the match, if you survive long enough, and you do enough damage, kaboom, kaboom, your skin has changed color, which is definitely a cool feature. Along with the changes to skins and a new addition to how skins work in this game. Fortnite has also released in this patch 2 new weapons. A revamped revolver and, well, you'll see the revolver in just a second. Revamped revolver called the 6-shooter, which is actually it has 2 different fire modes. If you're just aiming down sights, it's a semi-auto revolver. Just kind of functions similar to the way the old revolver worked and kind of like the Deagle, just slightly faster. But if you just start spamming mouse 1 when you're not aiming down sights, it fires off a rapid volley of shots. Like you're fanning the hammer like McCree does, like McCree's alt fire in Overwatch. I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to McCree in this little segment, don't worry. Well, brace yourselves for that, I should say. And then the second weapon is a revamped crossbow called the Fiend Hunter crossbow. Kind of sort of like a demon hunter type thing. It's pretty cool. I'm a huge fan of it. It does 40 damage body shot, and it does 60 damage headshot, which means it's not the most viable weapon for combat against other players, but it's still pretty good. Oh, also, the rocket launcher jack-o'-lantern skin is back. But the crossbow's main shot at glory is the 3 times damage it deals to the husks. If you've played Fortnite Save the World, which is the story-based campaign mode for Fortnite, the husks, if you don't know what they are, the husks are basically these zombie characters who took over the world when the storm came through. And they've ported these guys over to this version, which makes for some pretty hectic encounters. And in this version, they're not called husks, they're called cube monsters, because these pillars spawn in various locations across the map. They spawn pretty much everywhere across the map. And they will, when a player approaches, they will start spawning in the cube monsters, because these pillars are actually pieces of the cube that split off when the giant island that everybody saw raise into the sky over Loot Lake at the start of Season 6. The cube grew inside of it and caused it to shatter into pieces. So now, as you can get a brief glimpse at, the cube is now floating in the sky by itself, and the island is split into several large shards just around the place. And it's, for the most part, just going to stay like that. Suspended in the air, carried by the self-sustaining tornado the thing somehow created. I don't understand the science of the cube, and I'm not really going to go into it because I honestly don't really care. And that's not really the best word to use. But the cube split, and it starts chucking fragments of it all across the map, similar to the way the meteor did back in Season 4. You know, as you saw remnants of it in like Risky Reels, Fatal Fields, and stuff like that. Another interesting thing about the cube monsters is that there are different variants of them. The first variant you're more likely going to encounter are just the regular gray ones. These will take one shot from the crossbow and they will be dispatched quickly. They're quick, but they don't really do that much damage. Then there are the big old giant guys who can eat a couple shots, and they're a bit stronger, but they're a lot slower. And then there's a purplish variant, which they are a lot taller, and a variant of these regular gray ones. They're a lot taller, and they're a heck of a lot stronger. They can eat up shots from shotguns, and the crossbow that's supposed to help you dispatch these freak shows, it still takes a lot of work to take down these big guys. And they too also have a large giant version, meaning it's kind of a hassle to deal with them. And these guys can eat up a lot of shots, and they are incredibly strong. And yes, these bozos can tear through buildings, which makes them quite a nuisance if you're swarmed. Finally, there's the dreaded legendary zombie, or cube monster, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to refer to him as zombies. This guy is a titan. He has his own health bar. And he will tear through you and your buildings like it's nobody's business if you don't keep him in check. Luckily, playing duos makes these guys a lot less of a threat. But still, if you get swarmed, there's nothing really you're going to be able to do. But when the legendary guys die, they drop legendary loot. And another fun fact about these cube guys is that when you kill them, you regain at least 5% shield, making them as effective as a mushroom. So you get swarmed by husks. Not to worry, it might be a bit of an inconvenience for a bit, but after a while, you'll just regain any shields or whatever you lost by killing the guys who are attacking you. And also, the purple and golden variations drop loot, like ammunition, materials, weapons, and it's a guaranteed legendary drop if you kill a legendary zombie. And occasionally, the regular grayish husks will drop lower tier weapons and lower tier supplies. And the big, burly, gray zombies will occasionally drop shields and medkits. So even if the handful of shields that you're getting back aren't enough for you, not to worry. You can just bet on getting the actual shields from the things as you kill them, and they'll drop the stuff. This is definitely going to keep players on their toes. And they've even added a separate little icon beside your kill count to show you how many of these guys you've killed, which is pretty cool. And pretty nice of them, so you can brag to your friends, I guess, on how many of the defenseless undead you slaughtered. There are different tiers of pillars that will spawn as well. The small ones are more than likely only going to spawn the gray husks and occasionally like a larger gray husk. The slightly larger ones have a chance to spawn the purple ones. And the Titan one that you see right there, there's a lot of them in the more corrupted rune areas of the cube left behind back in Season 5. These guys have a chance of spawning not only gray, not only purple, but also legendary variations. But all variations of the pillars can be destroyed with either weapons or your pickaxe. Most of the time, unless it's explosives, your weapons aren't going to really do all that much to damage the pillars. Your pickaxe is going to be your best bet. Theoretically, you can just pickaxe zombies too, but it's not really that effective. But once the thing blows up, it'll stop, of course, stop spawning in the zombies. And it'll drop a pile of loot. And depending on what size you got, will depend on how much loot you get. So if you kill one of the smaller ones, you'll get a small pile of like ammunition and maybe a green weapon or something like that. Or a couple of boogie bombs. But if you kill one of the bigger ones, you'll get purple and legendary loot. So it's all about what you really feel like risking your life for. Like that one, it dropped a blue silenced submachine gun. Not submachine, silenced pistol and a blue shield. Along with a little bit of bullets too. But if you were to tackle a larger one, it could give you some more shields. It could give you a legendary gun and stuff like that. Chug jug. You never know. But I think I've done enough explaining of what this actually is thus far. So, fun fact, that actually wasn't even the point of the video. Ha! But I still thought it would be kind of fun to go over a brief history and explanation of what hashtag FORTNITEMARES actually is. So with that being said, let's jump into the actual point of the video. I always have a method to my madness, guys. And for the point of this video, the actual point of the video, is to share with you guys my first win. My first solo win in Season 6. It's an absolutely hectic game, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So, enough dilly-dallying. Let's go. This season, I decided I wanted to just go ahead and just say screw with the Battle Pass. I'm just going to go through all the tiers. So, I ended up with a dire skin, which I actually have grown to really like. But I've been having a series of really bad games where I died in like seconds after I touched down, and I was thinking about going to Pleasant Park, but then I realized I'd probably just end up landing on the top of the mountain. I'm like, well, I can just go around. But then I decided against him, like, you know what, I'm just been having such bad luck. I'm just going to go check out the new downed battle bus over here, which didn't have anything at all, and I felt really down on my luck. And I was honestly just thinking about just YOLOing it and just saying, screw it, I'm just going to go around here and scrounge around for materials. I head over to what I call the umbrella, which it actually is an umbrella, and I start grinding for some resources like you typically would do in a Fortnite match. And there's a blue tactical shotgun sitting here. This place surprisingly does actually have some pretty decent loot. And a gray pistol too, I guess. That's okay. I hear noises near me, so I climb up, see if there's anybody around. I don't see anybody in the plane. I don't see anybody anywhere near me, really. But then I hear a noise again that sounds like it's coming from below in the cave in Umbrella. So I jump down, take a bit of fall damage, and there's a Calamity person sitting right here. Missed my shots, but after a couple shots of my attack, she is dead. So I check the chest. Double barrel shotgun, which I'm really not a big fan of. And one of the challenges is also to dance in front of the gargoyles, and a gargoyle is located here. I ditch the double barrel shotgun and get on my way, while making sure to collect wood from the barrels and other rocks and such. I decided I wanted to get out, so I quickly try to build my way out. I make it out, and I start grinding for more resources. I'm pretty low, so apples are a godsend. Just kind of end up just roaming around, and then I notice it. I knew they were in the game because I had seen people play through the new update, and I saw the towers and what they did. But I had never actually encountered one in-game. I'd seen them flying over, but I never got close enough to really fight any of the zombies. So, I engage one of the cube monsters here and kill it. And I felt pretty good about myself. And here comes another one. So I get to full shield and kill the zombie. But then there's another one. This one's stronger and absorbs more of my shots. I get closer. The pillar summons several more zombies. Kill one. Kill the big guy. Takes a lot more shots than I assumed. And he gives me an SMG gun. And he gives me an SMG. Then another one of the stronger guys comes out. Take care of him. And then take care of the big husk. Medkit. And honestly, this goes on for quite some time. I just eventually just got sick of grinding for stuff for these guys, and I honestly was starting to run out of ammunition because I was just blowing it all on these zombies. I didn't know the things could be destroyed, but I decided I could at least try. So I cleared out the last of the zombies, and started going in for it. I start breaking it down, and kaboom, it blows up. So I take care of several more zombies, and at this point I'm like, I'm just going to get the frick out of here. After I heal up, of course, because I had taken some damage back at the Calamity fight that I hadn't healed back from yet. I'm just minding my business when I see an arrow fly by my face, so I built up a little shack. Unintentionally built a triangle thing in my base. But I didn't know where the shot came from because, there it is. So I try to look around and see what's going on, and now I knew where the person was. Here goes a soccer skin. I knew she was behind the tree, but there she is again. She missed her shot. I mean, again, I shouldn't have peeked out that long, but boom. Led right into my snipe. So, I felt pretty good about leading that person into that snipe. I felt, honestly, kind of like a discount Dakotas. If you've seen my amazing Toxic Trooper snipe, you know that I do like sniping in this game. I'm not great at it, though. I decided to trade the blue sniper for the new crossbow. And then I use a porta rift and make my way to zone. But now I have a nice loadout to work with. I have a blue pump, a purple crossbow, and a purple silenced scar. The silenced scar is a weapon to behold. And then here comes another one of these stupid pillars. I decide to engage. And I find out that the crossbow is a freaking work of art when it comes to taking care of these guys. Just like one shot kills the basic gray husks, or zombies, or whatever they're called. And at 2 shots, the basic gray giants. And it one-tap headshots the pink guys, which are very obnoxious to deal with. And it will 2-shot body shot them too, which makes it all the better. I quickly kill off a few of the husks that are spawning in, and move in for the finish on the pillar. It explodes, and I'm left with whatever little militia it summons. So, the last bit of this group is dead. Now, at this time, I had never seen a legendary zombie. So when the thing spawned in, I'm like, there's no way in heck I'm going to try to tackle that thing. Because I didn't know what it was capable of. Because I know in Save the World, they have zombies that are advanced, that have special abilities and can do different things, kind of like in Left 4 Dead. So I'm like, I don't really want to screw with this guy. I'm playing Battle Royale. I kind of want to win this. So it's best if I just leave potential boss monsters alone. I saw a glimpse of a Skull Trooper on this hill. So I build up real quick, get my scar out, and there he is, shining like the morning sun. I'm telling you, the green effect that they've added is really cool for Skull Trooper, but honestly, it makes him so visible. He's built up a lot, and I kind of peek out a little bit too much here. Or, no, I peek too soon, and it cost me. But he's still watching the wrong location. I get a headshot, taking his shield down a lot. And I get the chance to drink up my shield potion. He's still, stupidly enough, peeking out. Now that his shield is knocked, I feel confident enough to push him. And soon, another one bites the dust. That Skull Trooper should have stayed in the grave. Okay, that was honestly a lot cringier than I intended it to be. But whatever. Quips aside, regardless of how good or bad they are, I got another kill to add to my collection. He had a hunting rifle, which I honestly didn't really care about, because I had the new crossbow, which is basically a hunting rifle with infinite shots. Just does a lot less damage. I notice this husk right here. But wait. I'm getting shot from my side by some freaking calamity I didn't even hear come by. So I build up, shield myself. She shoots me down a little ways, but I'm back on my feet in seconds. She's gone somewhere. So I peek over here, see where she went. She's down here and somebody else is taking pot shots at her. I eventually end up scaring her underneath the build. Didn't realize how high up I was. Build a little bit of cover. Knock her shield, and one tap. One kill. I start frantically building like a frickin' maniac. Even though I'm pretty sure I built to protect me from the wrong direction. But whatever. The guy who was taking shots at the calamity, for the time being, decided to screw off. So that's definitely a big bonus. So I get a chance to quickly shield back up. I was going to go for a full one, but I heard somebody flying over top of me. So I decided I need to get out of there before things got nasty. Break through the side of my build. And I'm once again getting out. I think I heard somebody up top side, so I decided to try to build up towards the potential opponent. Use a lot of mats doing this. And find absolutely nothing. Decided to go up a little bit higher. No. Nobody's on this frickin' build. Like, well, whatever. Nobody's really here. There's another pillar over here, and I heard it summon a bunch of husks, but I still had a little bit of loot left from the calamity I hadn't picked up yet. I knew there was definitely some people still here in Tomato Temple, so I decided just to try to keep quiet and not really stir up much. I just now noticed that there is a default skin crouched down there staring out into space, but I didn't notice him when I was playing, and he probably could have killed me if he gave enough effort. But he just stared at me, so I mean, honestly, I'm not going to complain. Thank you for sparing me, No Skin. Thank you for sparing me. But I keep hearing footsteps like everywhere. I don't know if it's people or the zombies or what's going on. I'm looking around. I'm not seeing anything. There's a zombie trying to... You'll see this in a second. There's a zombie trying to bust down this wall, so I'm like, there's probably a person in there. So I decided to try to help out a little bit. But then I get spooked when I hear gunshots pretty close by, so I decided to back up. Thankfully, the husk didn't notice me. I'm like, where are the people? Right? I'm just kind of looking around. I'm not really seeing anybody. I'm not getting shot at. I didn't really feel like any need to really build up cover until I get shot at from some random angle. And then I see a skull trooper running away. I land a 64 damage headshot. He builds up. But he built up around a frickin' nest. So now he has a lot of the husks running at him. And I'm out of materials, so there's no way I'm going to be able to take a build fight. But I knocked most of his shields. I started trying to push up a little ways, but I have no mats, so that's not really going to help. But what is going to help is that he, for some reason, jumped back down and locked himself in there with like 5 of the things. So he was an easy kill. The husks were busy tearing up stuff. They're too busy vandalizing to notice me, so I'm going to take that as I get it. This one I decided to kill for the heck of it. I didn't have to, but I decided to, because why not? I saw somebody move up here, so I'm like, I should probably take a peek. But by the time I got up here, I didn't hear the footsteps anymore, so I'm like, where'd he go? I'm looking around trying to find somebody, but nothing seems to be happening. I'm not hearing anybody no more. Everything seems to have gone quiet. So I decided to start trying to move towards the circle. But I decided to quickly grind up on materials, considering I was very low on them. But then I hear somebody else. So now I'm just jumping around like a freaking maniac trying to see who done it and who shot at me. I assumed that perhaps by some sort of some weird decision they decided to climb back up here. And I was right. There's a DJ yonder who decided to pin himself against a wall. So now he's dead. Like, for real, I don't understand your plan of action, buddy. you box yourself inside a small room where a shotgun would definitely reign supreme, and you gave yourself no way of escape because none of the building is yours, so you can't edit your way out. But the zone's coming in. I decided to quickly just shield up because I figure I could just medkit up later, right? Launched a little bit forward. And decided to just try to take it easy in this little shack. But I can't build or replace this wall, so I have to kill the wall and then replace it with my build. And the stupid purple zombie notices me, so I have to kill it. But then a big guy decides to come in here and slap me in the face, so he has to die. But there's a lot more of these freak shows than I anticipated, and I'm getting swarmed. And now I'm getting shot at by an actual player who wants to frickin' build fight. And I have a decent amount of materials, but not enough to really consider myself a viable combatant for this situation, especially when he has high ground. But I knock his shield, or just do enough damage that he kind of backs off the whole pushing thing. But now I'm kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place. You have John Wick up there, who would gladly shoot at me if I was still down there, or still up there with him, if he got a clear shot. And I got all these frickers running around down here, trying to ruin my day, but you know, they're not really that big of a challenge individually, but as a group, they're problematic. My shotgun's low, so I reload it quickly. Then here comes a freaking purple giant husk. And I'm getting slapped in the face by these little guys too. But I noticed that the John Wick is escaping, and I'm pretty close to the storm. I should probably move. I reload the crossbow and switch back to my AR, but the guy is a long way away. I decided to take pot shots, but I didn't realize how low my rifle was. So I could have maybe got some shots in from a distance there, but I didn't. But this time, I'm able to do a little bit of damage to him. And look at all the zombies. There's a legendary guy on him. There's two of these purple guys on him. It's just a swarm around this one guy in his build. He's trying to... The first guy runs away, but there's a second guy that everyone's now swarming now. And I didn't even realize there was a legendary guy behind me. So I just knocked this guy's shield off. I'm panicking at this point. I kill... You got sauce! And I start medkitting. But then the frickin' bozo goes into the storm and dies. Here's my reaction. Here's my reaction. Hold up. Yes, I won! Yes! 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 Oh, yes! As you can tell, I was very happy. And it felt really cool to get a high kill game and to get a win. But, guys, let me know what you guys think about this new update. Do you like it? And have you gotten your win yet? While surviving all these freaking zombies? I honestly really like the zombies. It adds a different level of challenge and something different to Fortnite. Sure, the Save the World already has zombies, but that's kind of a given because it's the point of the game. It's the point of the story, to have this zombie infestation or whatever. But with Battle Royale, where you're constantly freaking out and panicking over different enemy players and already have to be conscious enough of enemy players' movements and positions, now you have to worry about zombies. Which adds a completely different layer of challenge and, in my opinion, fun to the game. I honestly am a really big fan of FORTNITEMARES, and I'm having a lot of fun playing the game. And, guys, I do hope that you enjoyed watching this along with me. I know to any good player out there watching, that some of this might have been cringy. And I apologize for that. I'm not really the best player, nor do I advertise myself to be. But I hope that this was, at the very least, enjoyable for you guys. I know I'm not perfect at building, or my aim is still getting better. But, you know, it's part of the whole Fortnite journey, getting better and all that. But guys, thank you again for watching this video, and I'm sorry again for the hiatus I randomly took again. Subnautica gameplay will be up over the weekend. I promise. And I mean it this time. The next Subnautica episode, excuse the stutters, will be out this weekend. Anyway guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if it's been on the long side, but hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thanks again for watching, guys. And as always, Maxusthebeast! Almost forgot his outro for a second. Holy crap. Maxusthebeast is out.